Hey everyone, and welcome back to another HeroRR video, and today I'm going to be revisiting an old video I made a while back saying I would never buy a 1000cc superbike. And as you can see, both of these bikes are mine. When I made that video, I was on my 2008 Honda CBR600RR, and now I own a 2014 BMW S1000RR HP4. The reason why I bought the HP4 was because the HP4 is a special bike. I like special bikes. I have an RC51 and now I have an HP4. I like special. This bike is not the competition model, but it is one of the best leader bikes you can buy for the money, even to today. Even though this bike is 8 years old, it is still one of the fastest and most technologically advanced bikes out there. It holds its own against even modern day super bikes, and looks wise, it is still one of the best out there, in my opinion. Only Ducati can rival the BMW in terms of looks, in my opinion. I love the crazy eyes. I know it's hate it or love it. I love it. And of course, we have my 600, which a big reason why I made that video was because I didn't want to get rid of my 600. Love this bike. Look at it. I mean, I have so much money invested in this bike. It looks fantastic. It is one of the best looking bikes made. This is one of the best looking bikes of all time. I love the way this thing looks. So I have no problem keeping this bike. And at the time of the video, I couldn't afford to own a 1000 and a 600. And I did preface that in the video, that the reason why I was making the video on why I didn't want 1000 is because it meant getting rid of the 600. Well, I'm able to keep both. I want you guys to know something. I wasn't wrong. I didn't lie to you. I was actually correct. And I'm gonna jump on the bike and explain exactly what I mean right now.
And welcome back, everybody. We are now on the HP4 riding around, and I'm going to talk to you guys about why I have this bike. I just want to say real quick, you guys drive me nuts. You really do. If you looked at the video that I'm talking about earlier, the why I will not get a 1000cc bike, if you go to the most recent comments and you filter through, it's hilarious. You guys are so funny. I guess I wasn't surprised. I knew when I got the HP4, I knew I was going to catch some flack for that. I did know that. But I'm a little bit surprised that you guys didn't come in droves when I bought, I don't know, the RC51 or the 954. I mean, I get it, the RC51's a V-twin, it's not quite the same. I'm going to refer to some stuff that I said in my video, and I'm going to use my video, I'm going to cut up the video and put that video into this video, because I'm going to discredit all of you guys, because some of you didn't actually watch the whole video, you just read the title and then started blasting away in the keyboard. In the video I did say I would never say never. Now, I will say this, I would never say never. One day I might have a 1000. See? I would never say never. The title says why I won't get a 1000, not why I would never. Now, to put in perspective, guys, if you watch that video and really listen to what I'm saying that I don't want to get rid of my 600. I love my 600. It's a fantastic bike. I'm too attached to it sentimentally, and it's just such a good, fantastic street bike. I don't want to get rid of it to get a 1000. I don't see the point. But that's pretty much why I never really got into the thousands, is because I had to get rid of this bike. And this bike, I can't get rid of it. I can't do it. That's why I will not buy 1000. And in that video, I made some great points, and I'm going to reiterate those points. Starting with the fact that you don't need a 1000. 1000 is so much power, and you really don't need it. I don't need it. This is overkill for the streets. It absolutely is. My 600 is fast enough. I didn't want a faster bike. I really didn't. In fact, I wasn't even looking for another bike. My friend was selling this bike, and he just told me, he's like, look, I know you, I like you, I want you to have this bike. I will sell it to somebody else, but I'll give you first dibs. I went back and forth in my head a lot, because I decided, I was like, I don't know if I should get it. I do like it though. And then I was able to sell the Ninja, and I was able to sell the 954, and then it kind of made sense to get this bike. And I wanted something for the channel too. This bike, it's special by BMW. This is the original, like, BMW never had a 1000 before. They never really made a super bike. BMW jumped into the superbike game with their Gen 1 S1000RR, and then they made the HP4 based off of that platform, and that's this bike. I did make a video on how BMW set the superbike standard. I'll put a link in the description if you're interested. This bike really did set the superbike standard. In fact, I know there's tons of people on YouTube making videos of these things racing modern day superbikes, and it holds its own. It either beats them or it barely loses to them. Regardless though, I don't care. Like, I don't care about that much power. I don't care. Like, after you get above 140 horsepower, it all doesn't really matter anymore. It all, like, it's just dumb power. The power's not the reason why I bought this, guys. The fact that this is a 1000 is not the reason why I bought this. With that said, I will mention that it is nice to have the power down low. I don't really care too much for the high-end stuff. I did take this up to Redline a few times on the highway, and the pull is violent. Right when you get to that 12, right above that, it's just violent. But the 600 for the street has plenty. It has more than enough. The technology is awesome on this thing. It's just, honestly, it's nice to have a modern bike. And I know it's not actually modern. It is 8 years old, but it has all the modern technology other than a TFT display. And that's another thing too. You guys always give me flack about having Hondas only. So I did have a Kawasaki, but I got rid of that and I got this. And now I'm looking at a track bike, and guess what? My two major track bikes that I have in my head, actually there's three that I'm really considering. SV650 and a Ninja 400 is the other one. They're so cheap, and they're even easier to ride than an SV650. And the third one would have to be the KTM RC390. Now the KTM I'm probably not gonna buy. The reason being, those things have engine problems, and if you know me, I don't like dealing with bike issues. That's why I went and got Hondas all those times. That's why I'm a Honda guy, is because I like to just get on and ride and not worry about reliability. But yeah, guys, I mean, the whole thing about a 600 for the street, like the 600 is so much more fun. It just is. Like, as you can see right here, I'm just cruising in this bike, and if I open it up at all, I can only do it for half a second, and then I gotta slow down or risk my life. And now that I've been to the track, it's like, okay, take it to the track. But when I went to the track last time, there was a guy on a 2020 BMW S1000RR, brand new, and it had all the carbon wheels, everything. It had the carbon package. He must have spent so much money on that bike, and he crashed it. He crashed it and messed it up. And it's like, I don't want to do that with my bike. And I know I probably will, because I don't have the skill to tame this type of power. Honestly, I feel like a poser when I ride this thing. I can't control this bike. But then I think to myself, who really can? Who really can control a 1000 to its utmost degree? Even the 600 can get away from you. Even a skilled rider can lose grip on a 600. But it's just, you can play with the limits a little bit more on that bike. This bike, I really can't even, like, get near there. But the thing about the BMW that I love so much too is that it's light. This thing is like 430 something pounds, 434. I don't know, I'll put on the screen how much it weighs. It weighs basically nothing compared to other super bikes. It has all the technology. It looks amazing. It has a fantastic engine. The reliability on the BMW is actually really good too. The handling, the suspension, the electronic suspension. It's all so cool to have something like this. It's just stepping into the modern age. And I know some of you will scoff at that because it's a 2014. But trust me, when you've been riding analog bikes like an 08 600, an 03 954, an 06 RC51, those are ancient technology-wise compared to something like this. This is a whole new breed. I just wanted to let you guys know that the S1000RR HP4, it's a lot more bike than I ever wanted. It's a lot of bike, but it's cool. I run a YouTube channel. I want to try new and different things, and this bike is special. And how could I give up the opportunity to own something special like this? And I'm gonna keep it for a little while, maybe forever, who knows? But it is not a replacement for the 600. And if I had to choose to pick to keep the 600 or the HP4, I'm keeping the 600. It's just how it is. Alright guys, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this clarified some stuff for some of you. And remember guys, if you don't have a bike and you want to get one and you're thinking 600 or 1000, seriously, go with the 600. They're just better for the street. Get the 600, use that. It'll make you appreciate the 1000 more once you get it. But a 600's, honestly, in my opinion, they're better bikes. If you're one of those people that don't have a huge ego and not worried about that and just want to have a good time out here, have fun, get a 600, seriously. Take it from somebody that owns a 600 and a 1000. I'm saying that the 600 is better. The 1000 is definitely nice for the down low torque, but this HP4 is a special bike, and that's why I got it, is because it's a special bike. There's not another 1000 I would have get bought, guys. I don't want any other 1000. If you told me right now that I could have one bike for an entire day and my options were a ZX10 or a ZX6 and I could ride around the mountains or something like that, I'm taking the 600 every single time. It's just something about it, guys. There's something about being able to rev out a bike. There's something about being able to flick it over and all that stuff. Anyway, guys, thanks again for watching. Hope you all have a wonderful day. Take care, and bye-bye.
Let me live my life, the one I'd better lead. All the blondes of fantasies, and we looked at them 11 ways. You said, look at me.